Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It is Monday, July 31st, the last day of July. Summer's flying by.
It always does.
Before we dive into the weather headlines this morning, Lydia, first want to let you know you can always watch us on your Facebook feed in the morning. We go live about 8 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday. You can find us later in the day on your Facebook feed. You can also find us on your favorite podcast platform, inform.com/podcast. Just go there, look for the Inform Minute. You can also find us on our Inform YouTube channel as well. All right, like we said, last day of July, and it's feeling July-like today, most likely.
Yeah, pretty close to average. Average low this time of year is upper 50s, and I think we fell down to about 59, 57, something like that this morning. So right on par. Average high temperature for today in history is 83, and we're forecasting 85.
Okay.
So this is about right for this time of year. It should be a nice summery day, partly cloudy sky, 85 degrees, wind out of the south-southeast 5 to 15, so not even much wind.
Not too bad at all.
UV index does get up to a 9 today, which is almost as high as it gets around here. Obviously, when you go to the south, your sun angle is stronger, so your UV index is then higher. Around here, a 9, a 10 is pretty much max. That gives you a burn time of just 20 minutes.
That's quick.
That's not very long. And I felt that this weekend. So do lather on the sunscreen for whatever you're doing outside today. There is a risk for some stronger storms, mainly out west. Devil's Lake, Jamestown, and points out to the west could see a stronger storm or two this afternoon. If any of those do get a little feisty, 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are going to be your primary threats. So kind of that basic threshold for severe storms. We'll do that again tomorrow, but tomorrow does include that risk into the Fargo and the Grand Forks area, as well as the northwest corner of Minnesota. So better chance to get some much needed rain will be tomorrow for us. Hopefully rain and not hail. Obviously we don't need the damage that comes along with that.
Exactly.
Temperatures up near 90 by Wednesday, getting a little warmer each day, peaking on Wednesday, and then we'll cool off a touch for the weekend. It's still 80s, but a little bit cooler than the 90s. Yeah, I think that's everything. Watch out for some storms. Otherwise, enjoy the nice summery day. Of course, it lands on a Monday. Just when everyone's going back to work.
Yep, that's how it goes.
Yep. Love looking at the beautiful weather from your office window, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's all.
Thanks, Lydia.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. All right, we do have some local headlines to get into this morning. Actually, had some breaking news this morning on First News. We're working to learn more about a crash that happened early this morning. It ended with someone actually going off in a police car in handcuffs. So we're learning exactly what happened there. Once we find that out, we'll let you know. But this is what we know so far. It happened on 7th Street South by Hawthorne Elementary School in Fargo. We had a photographer on the scene this morning. They say there was a car that hit a parked trailer. The trailer was parked on the side of the road. Car ran into it. There was only one person involved in the accident. They did not look like they were hurt. Our news team did see that driver get handcuffed at the scene of the accident, put in the back of a police car, and taken away. So we are working to find out from police what exactly happened and who got arrested. Stick with us for updates on that story. Jefferson Lines says that they are launching an investigation. 2 black men accuse one of its drivers of ordering them to sit in the back of an empty bus in Fargo. It happened earlier this month before a ride to Grand Forks. One of those men, Xavier Davis, took a video of what happened. In that video, the driver tells the 2 men it is his policy to have people board from the back of the bus to the front. Now, Jefferson Lines says this is not a company policy, although drivers could make a decision to do so if there is a special reason for it. They say the driver in question here does not have any prior complaints against him since he was hired last year. Davis says that he rides this bus to and from Crookston often and says the driver was confrontational right away. The driver did not comment on this investigation or the incident. You can read more about this story right now over on our website, inforum.com. All right, we're tracking a slew of construction projects across the FM area this morning and going on this week. Let's start in Fargo. 40th Avenue South will be down to 1 lane between 47th Street and 51st Street South. Lane closures are for road surface repairs. The road is expected to be fully reopened by tomorrow. Also in Fargo, 4th Street North will be closed between 4th Avenue North and 7th Avenue North. Traffic is going to be detoured to 2nd Street North and Broadway. That's because crews are doing some asphalt work in that location. That road will be back open on Thursday. And then in West Fargo, the intersection of 19th Avenue West and 7th Street West will be closed for maintenance. It's expected to be open again by the end of today. So a couple of projects that shouldn't last too long, which is a good thing. Up in Grand Forks, a big project getting underway. Highway 81, also known as 32nd Avenue South within the city limits, it's going to be under construction. Resurfacing will take place between I-29 and Washington Street. Now, drivers should be aware there will be reduced speeds in this area and a 12-foot width restriction while all that work is going on. All right, the state of Minnesota, just one day away from recreational marijuana being legal there, and 2 tribal nations are already expected to open up dispensaries within the next month. White Earth Nation in northwestern Minnesota is set to begin selling within the first half of August. Then another dispensary is already set up and ready to go in Red Lake Nation. They should be running as soon as the law takes effect this week, which is tomorrow. Outside tribal nations, though, the state is expected to take about a year to establish their full cannabis industry and all the regulations and those types of things and get everything up and running. Side note here, WeFest staff recently announced in the wake of all this that cannabis will not be permitted on the site of the Country Music Festival, so do not bring it with you. Today, United Way will begin preparing for its 25th school supply drive, and they're going to need your help to reach their goal. That goal is to supply 6,000 students in need of school supplies this year. Over the next couple of days, they're going to be filling up backpacks with those school supplies ahead of the drive. Families then can pick up those backpacks from Wednesday to Friday. And today at 1:30, they're going to hold a meeting to kind of update the community about the school drive, what's going on, its status, that sort of thing. They've told us that they're going to make an announcement during that time as well. So stay tuned for what they have to say. If you want to make a donation, be part of this whole thing, go to their website, unitedwaycastclay.org. Big national headline this morning. Right now, the Biden administration is launching a website. It's for student loan repayment plans. Students can access that website during a trial period and apply for the new program. The website will be fully functional next month. It comes as student loan payments are set to resume in October after a long payment because of the pandemic. You'll recall the Supreme Court rejected the president's efforts to wipe out student loans and debt for millions of borrowers. The president's new plan can lower monthly loan payments for some borrowers and reduce the amount they pay back over the lifetime of their loans. Borrowers only need to apply for this thing one time. They're not going to have to do it year after year. So we'll continue to follow that story and how that plays out. All right, on Hot Mic today, you can watch it 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and Inform.com with Dom. NDSU is going to be opening up fall camp this week. We're going to preview of the major question marks surrounding the 2023 Bison. Plus, meet a pair of Fargo brothers that added another state title to their haul this year, winning a Legion championship, adding to their football and hockey titles from earlier in the year. A lot of good stuff there, so be sure to tune in. You can watch on WDAY Extra and Inform.com. Speaking of Inform.com, don't forget for 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, you can get an all-access pass to Inform.com. Just visit Inform.com/subscribe to get that deal. And then remember to join us for the rest of our newscast today. Our next one's at 11 this morning, then this afternoon, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back tomorrow morning with First News from 5 to 7. So join us then. Until then, have a great day, folks. Enjoy the summery weather.